Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting episode of the W2 Report. I am your host, Sanji Himura. I'd like to thank you all for watching, even though we are about a half hour late. We had some technical difficulties because I am broadcasting live from the beautiful city of Gainesville, Texas. Today, we are joined by Lord Crocosquirrel, who will read us the ground rules.
Rule number 1, don't be a dick. Rule number 2, if in doubt, please refer to rule number 1.
And we have some special guests today. Today we are joined by Command. Who are you and what makes you so cool?
I'm Command, and I found a private API over the last 18 months that returned user information.
Ooh, that's very interesting. So before we get started, what made you discover this hole?
Well,
if at all.
About 18 months ago, when I first found out about Earth 2, I was taking a look at their GraphQL API and found that it actually returns usernames, emails, passwords, and so forth.
Wow. We do have a very special guest. He will be joining us later. So with that out of the way, yes, spoiler surprise, it's Callum Upton. He's going to be joining us in the next little bit. So Command, we have some very intriguing details coming out of Earth 2 with Shane's response. Basically, what he said was, "Oh, we investigated ourselves when we found no wrongdoing."
Yeah.
Was there any wrongdoing on the part of Shane here for leaving the front door wide freaking open?
Well, yeah. Any administrator or the website application should be testing and checking for data breaches or checking for simple security issues such as having their API public to anyone.
Wow. Yeah, that is a serious allegation here. So what do we have? What do we have as far as reporting laws that we have going on?
Well, he hasn't reported it when he was first told about it over a year ago. He doesn't even acknowledge that there was a data breach at all. So he hasn't reported it to any of the governments within Australia, America, or even Europe.
Speaking of Australia, let's take a look at Australia's laws. You'll have to forgive me here for being a little slow. The computer that I'm using is a little slow. I'm reading from the Australian government's website. Basically, under the data breach, notable data breaches scheme, an organization or agency must comply with Australian privacy law. Has to tell you if a data breach is likely to cause you serious harm. Examples of serious harm include identity theft, financial loss through fraud, a likely risk of physical harm, serious psychological harm, or serious harm to an individual's reputation. An organization or agency has 30 days to assess whether or not a data breach is likely to cause serious harm. If he knew over a year ago, and we have documented proof that he knew a year ago,
then somebody's got a personal problem. Or a personnel problem. I'm going with the latter.
So, and we have data breach laws in the U.S. that we can take a look through. Let's start with random state, Delaware. Enacted in 2005, Delaware data breach notification law requires entities that conduct business in Delaware and own or license computerized personal information. Okay. Sorry, I can't read today. Delaware. And own or license computerized personal information on Delaware residents to notify affected individuals. Notice must be made without unreasonable delay, but no later than 60 days. Next state at random. Iowa. Enacted in 2008. Notice shall be made in the most expeditious manner possible and without unreasonable delay. He is now 3 for 3 on failure to notify. Another state, Louisiana. Notice must be made without unreasonable delay, but no later than 60 days following discovery of the breach. 4 for 4 in not notifying.
Into the breach, yes.
And my apologies, chat. We are in the middle of something here. Let me see here. Let me pull this up. Let me pull up my chat, because chat is going to be a thing.
I'm not seeing anyone in the chat.
Oh, okay. Okay, so with that said, let's go with Maryland.
Did you happen to pull Washington and California?
Oh, I'll do that last.
Oh.
Notice must be made as reasonably practical, but no later than 45 days after any internal investigation. 1 year, no investigation. So, yeah, they failed Maryland. Let's do Washington, just because we can.
It's over there.
Yeah, I got it. Notice must be made without unreasonable delay and no later than 45 calendar days following discovery of the breach. Notice is not required if the breach is not reasonably likely to subject consumers to a risk of harm. Yeah, I think Shane will be lying here.
Well, you know, if somebody actually managed to log into some other poor fool's account, I feel bad for the guy, but guy, gal, whatever.
Yeah, we're not that mad. We're just disappointed.
Well,
who really should be mad is Earth 2 themselves. Rather, they're consumers.
You mean the people that are
Because
that are buying non-existent virtual land
Yeah,
at incredibly inflated prices?
yeah. Because it's their money that's on the line here.
Yes, it is. It's certainly not cheap.
And oh, of course not.
So how about you, Command? What are you thinking right now?
I'm just really amazed how Shane is denying it all completely and trying to say that if there was a data breach, it wasn't through Earth 2, it was an application on the App Store. But Callum has actually messaged a large amount of the users on the list, out of a few hundred of them, and they are confirming that it is them on the list. It's their email and phone number and so forth, and that they haven't used an app on the App Store and they haven't scanned anything or given out their personal details.
Which means that we now have a massive issue. Because if Callum has all the information he needs to get hold of these people, then yeah, what's up with that? So did they actually manage to fix it, or do they just are they still off in Neverland?
I have no idea.
I seem to recall there being a way to retrieve some of their models, some of their NFT models here a while back.
Yeah. I remember that. We managed to replicate the bug on live stream not too long ago. I believe it was the five bagger episode of the W2 report Into the Metaverse. We were able to replicate the bug, show exactly how it's done, and yeah, all without them fixing it until 2 days later.
Did they fix their other problem while they were at it?
Evidently, yes. I actually, when Command and I first sat down and talked, and you can attest to this, Command, I asked him for one specific user. He wasn't on his list, so I asked him, how did you do it step by step? And by then, they switched over completely to their version 2 API, and the data wasn't there.
Can we get to the version 1 API is the question.
The answer to that is probably a no.
Probably?
Yeah.
So that means they finally managed to sort that shit out. Maybe. Command?
Yep, what's up?
Again, what are we thinking here? You think it might actually be possible to replicate the breach at this juncture?
I don't know. I haven't looked into it. If they've still got GraphQL there, then yeah, it might still be possible.
Wow. Because I know they switched from GraphQL to Auth0.
What? Okay.
And my logical little brain is saying that Shane, upon noticing the breach, brought in Auth0 to do their user verification, etc., etc.
Well, I have to wonder
Now,
if Auth0 is a known thing. Is it possible or not possible that someone already knows how to crack that?
well, I don't think it would be possible for the purposes of this live stream.
Well, I wouldn't suggest doing it now. I'm thinking maybe we wind up having to come back to this later after that one gets cracked. Although at that point he could probably scream harassment. Not that it'll help him, but he could.
Now, outside of a nuclear option, what are some of Shane's options to respond to this?
Well, the one he's taken is just deny it all. That's really he can either admit it or deny it, and he's gone with the route of denying it and blaming other applications and phishing sites.
Wow.
Okay, so he's saying that everybody and their brother got phished.
Apparently so, yeah. That's how it is. He's saying that everyone who's had their email or password leaked or their phone number leaked, it's all from a website that phished them. Even though Callum has countless users admitting that they haven't used another website and they haven't signed in anywhere else other than the Earth2 website.
So, data breach. The evidence suggests that there is a definite data breach here.
Yeah, no, a data breach that Shane is denying.
Well, I think in his case I might too when it all comes down, because that's especially when they're doing something weird like, oh, I don't know, selling securities.
Right. Do you remember the username or the user who went under the username E2TheBoss?
I don't know what you're talking about, but that doesn't mean anything.
Yeah, I believe we talked about it with Callum.
Yeah. So he was a very large user during the early days of Earth2, and he was the type of guy who would make sure his email and password wouldn't be shared anywhere, because he had, I don't know, he had probably about 500,000 worth of tiles.
Let me guess. At this juncture, his data got breached.
Oh yeah, I know exactly who he is. I know his name, where he lived, his phone number, and I know he was in court a few weeks ago.
Yeah, I think if I was that guy, I would be 9 kinds of pissed.
Yeah.
So, basically, we have 2 confirmed cases of people not appearing on the egg hunt list, as Chris was claiming to be.
Well, I still have no idea.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah, I don't get what that is. What he's claiming it is. He has a list from an egg hunt that has emails, phone numbers, and other data that he's leaked, or what? What is the egg hunt list?
The egg hunt list was the excuse Chris, one of their moderators, came up with, and he's saying that every bit of the data that was breached,
right,
was a part of the old I want to say 2021 competition.
Right.
Okay, so for starters, what's an egg hunt in this context?
Egg hunt is Shane hides Easter eggs in his videos. It's your responsibility to catch them all faster than anybody else.
Right.
Winners would get something along the lines of $E.
Right. But where
And
would people post their emails and phone numbers with this egg hunt?
that's the problem. They don't.
Yeah, he's claiming it's from the egg hunt during Easter, and saying that users posted their emails and phone numbers and other private information somewhere.
No, they don't. Which makes Chris a liar at this juncture.
Well, a suspected liar, because we have to be able to prove that.
Oh yeah, that's true. But we can verify this with Callum later. How many users were you able to capture?
I was able to pull hundreds. I know there was other users who I told about the exploit, and they were able to pull users themselves as well from the leaderboard, from just grabbing targets using their profile GUID.
Wow. So as many as I'm just going to throw a number out here, like a dartboard. So as many as 400 users could have been impacted.
Oh,
more.
more than that, because I personally have text files containing up to about 1,000 that I have right now.
Out of curiosity,
Well, if you can,
do we know how many people are actually signed up? What's the total user
at the
base?
time?
Do we?
I don't think we lost them.
No, I think we're waiting for him to actually have a look around to see if he can figure out.
Yeah. I don't remember what the active user count was back then. I remember they had hit probably about 8,000 users on their Facebook group or community group they had. And I don't remember how many users they had in the Discord either. You know, it was over a year ago.
And basically, what happened with that is you told Shane that this hole exists.
Well,
he should have known.
Yeah, he knows, definitely. I told someone about this, and when I first found out, and this person went and actually messaged one of their moderators, or well, then one of their moderators who is now a developer for Earth 2. I'm pretty sure he went and told Liz, who said they would look into it. This was over a year ago, and then Liz went and told Shane, and well, they didn't fix it. No, it never got mentioned again.
Am I the only one that thinks that that's absolutely silly? Seriously?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe silly's the wrong word. Let's try retarded.
Yeah, that's it.
Sorry about that, folks. I had some technical difficulties.
You and
So,
that cell phone and I are going to have a conversation at some point, Sanji. Seriously.
Yes, we are. Actually, technically speaking, I lost internet.
Again, you, that cell phone, and I are going to have a conversation at some point in the near future.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was bad that I had the situation going around with the damn cell phone.
Anyway, I kind of hate to backtrack a little bit, but so Shane knows for sure that you briefed him on the exploit.
Yeah. Yeah, Shane knows. Liz knows. They all knew, but they're still claiming that there was never a single data breach.
I find that.
Well,
Yeah.
I find that hard to believe.
You know what, gentlemen? Here is my response. Y'all smell that?
Yeah.
I know, I sure as hell smell something. Bullshit.
Speaking of Shane's response, I'm going to read to you. I'm going to read to everybody 2 paragraphs for Shane's response.
Hold on, Sanji.
After this video went live.
Sanji.
Yeah.
You need to be paying attention here, sir.
Oh.
Okay, you got that RoboCop thing going on. Smack your router.
I'm smacking my router. All right.
Whatever it is, you and that cell phone need to. There needs to be some stick beating.
Yeah. Yeah, I smacked it in the stick.
Then we get to smack you with the rolled up newspaper.
Yeah. New York Times Sunday edition. Because you know that those can be quite heavy.
More like, I don't know. How about an entire print run of the heavy ones?
I know how heavy those can get.
Yeah, well, you can. It sounds like you're doing okay now, so why don't we get on with the whole reading thing?
Okay, you thought there would be more quote caring, or do you mean we were? You mean or do you mean we were expecting it to cause more chaos? What better way to try and discredit or derail a project that's obviously about to share something that will prove a lot of critics wrong, including the one who posted the video, than to release videos on the platform being hacked? Very convenient. And how convenient he couldn't log in. I'm going to stop here and correct him. He wouldn't. log in with any of the hacked passwords because Earth 2 fixed it before he could record. You telling me that he apparently logged into one of the accounts, not true, and didn't take any screenshots or screen record it? How surprising. We did not fix any major security breach under the terms he publicly stated.
That doesn't say he didn't. That's not denying it. That's just denying that he fixed it. Because he didn't.
I didn't realize people were so desperate for attention, but I guess that happens when the main reason you're relevant in the public arena is for hating that one project. You need to keep finding ways to hate on it, or your relevance starts to dwindle. Kind of removes that relevancy once that project starts proving you're wrong. You haven't shown shit, Shane. So instead of manning up and admitting it, why not double down and create content with double the lies, screaming for that little bit of attention, because these videos certainly have passed simple criticism. Prove it in court, Shane. Come on.
Yep, citation fucking needed.
I'll even send you my email address where you can serve me papers.
Ooh. Actually, I think he would actually need a physical address, because you have to ask permission from courts before you can provide service by email. That's kind of a thing.
Well, he can certainly send me a cease and desist through email. I mean, I suppose that's a thing.
Well, it is a thing, but is that a smart thing? Answer: probably no. Because that's him telling you to shut the fuck up, and I don't think any of us are likely to do that.
Yeah, I will make the live stream again and double down.
Ooh, doubles? Are you sure? You're not going to go for triple now, right? Wait, we're already over 8. We're on number 8 now, so
I suppose we can have a perfect game. Okay, continuing on. But we now have this person publicly stating incorrect information as absolute facts. Again, citation fucking needed.
Hey, that's my line.
I'm
gonna kick you in the butt.
It's one thing having an opinion, but it's another to state things as indisputably true. Command, can I pick your brain a little?
Yep.
Does the list still exist?
Oh yeah, I still have it. I've had the original list I pulled. I know other users who I told about it. I know Callum won't have the list anymore, or have the screenshots of the list.
Yeah, that's kind of expected due to his situation with Nightmare World. But yeah. I'm like, I'm presenting this as, this is my evidence. Here's your list of users that were breached.
Yeah.
What I imagined has happened is that they, meaning Callum, have come across a very old list of data, potentially from one of the many phishing sites that targeted Earth 2 in early 2021, or from a rumored hack that apparently leaked some details, but again, that's from early 2021. Command?
Yeah. He's just trying to deny it. He's trying to say there was no data breach. He's trying to say that there was an application in the App Store that people used, but we've got countless amounts of users Callum has contacted who have admitted that they've never used an app from the App Store. They've never given out their Earth 2 credentials, and yet they're on the list, and that is their correct details for logging into Earth 2.
And even Callum himself admitted that he's on the list. Is that right?
Yeah, he had an account, a referral account he made, and he was on the list.
But again, that's from early 2021, and we were never able to find the details of the apparent leak at the time. You moron! That is what a hack does. They leave without a trace.
Well, that depends. If your hacker is an idiot, then yes, then that might not actually be true. But in answer to your question, yes, he is.
We were mainly using GraphQL. At that point, we moved away as part of our core stack over a year ago.
Bullshit.
For that very reason. Well, let's give him some benefit of the doubt. I mean, granted, we don't trust Shane as far as we can throw this building, for example.
No.
But when was off?
No.
So when was Off O partnered with Earth 2? I mean, it's a very somewhat off the cuff question, but it kind of drives home a point here. If Shane was told about the leak in early 2021, or rather a year ago, and he brought in Auth0 to handle user security, then he knew about the breach. He knew about the breach at the time, and he brought in Auth0 to fix it.
Stupid question.
Yes.
When was the last time that data in particular was breached? I thought it was actually sometime this year.
Well, there was that second exploit that was still there, and the old exploit wasn't fixed until they fixed that, and then they had the JavaScript injection where they didn't sanitize input.
Okay, so when did that happen?
I think Callum said it happened about a month and a half ago, maybe.
Okay, so if this is the data breach for early 2021, it's entirely possible he didn't fix anything. In fact, it's really fracking likely that absolutely nothing got done. So under what circumstances is he making the claim that he's making? If he brought the new API into place, or the new company into place, when he heard about it the first time, why was it still available? Why did all of this go on for as long as it did? Or any time at all?
Well, here's my theory on the subject. Now, granted, this is only a theory. I think Auth0 layered an additional layer of security on top of GraphQL. That's why it's called version 2 API, not GraphQL.
Uh-huh.
Sorry. Can you still hear me?
And yes, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry. Okay.
Let's see here. Continuing on, even if someone did manage to hack QL, okay, we're going to stop. We're going to stop because we have the hacker here right now.
Hey, I sense a Callum. How you doing, man?
Welcome, Callum. Welcome to our guest of honor. Oh, is he in the chat?
Nope. I'm not seeing it. I'm not seeing any movement in the chat at the moment.
Okay. Okay. I'm going to stop right here because we have the hacker right here. He can tell you how he got in. He can tell you what information he got, and he can tell you what Shane has done about it since he first reported it, which was nothing.
Where'd he go? Where'd he go? He's in. He was here a minute ago.
He's in here. Yeah, I know.
I don't see him. He needs to find his way back into the Discord room.
But let's continue on. At the time, the hash passwords he refers to was in fact dummy data. You do not treat thousands and thousands of user data as dummy data. That is Security 101. And
actually, it's not dummy data by definition, as it has been as people were actually able to use that data to contact folks. That's not dummy data. That's data passed around, made available by dummies. And you never put, and you never. Why would you even do that in a live environment? You know, and rule number 1 for data security is don't use the password God or your own name or your own birth date.
Right.
Why for you do all of those things?
Let's continue on. Hence why he probably could not log into any of the accounts and just claimed Earth 2 miraculously fixed the security leak before he could record it. Okay, I'm getting tired of having my brain melt with brain bleach. Because this idiot doesn't understand what happened. Oh, long story short, and I know we're over time. I think. Well, I was talking about real time, not stream time.
Well, carry on smartly. We still got stuff. You still got more material.
Oh, we do. Yeah. So even if Shane was aware of the problem, he's still done nothing to fix it, and hence he's still responsible for this data breach. Would you agree?
Yeah, he's responsible. He's the founder.
So, Command. How about what would you recommend to the Shane right about now, as far as dealing with the problem? Let's just pretend that he's listening. How about some advice for the man? Sounds like he needs it.
I would tell him to get some good mental health support, because he has every sign of being a narcissist. He cannot accept fault. He denies everything, and he lies about everything. He really makes us he tries to make us believe that what we know isn't the truth, that there was a data breach.
Wow.
Okay, so beyond counseling, how about the actual how about what they should do for the website? Aside from shut it down because everything we have makes it look like that's a freaking Ponzi scheme. You're paying out your original investors with the money from the guys all the way at the bottom.
Yeah, it's one big mess going on right now, and what ultimately needs to happen is that Shane needs to.
How about we let Command make recommendations? That'd be good.
Okay, that'd be good. I'm just trying to talk over dead air. That's all.
Yeah. Come on, Command. I'm sure you've got something.
No.
No? Man. You hate it when that happens?
Yeah. Yeah, we hate it when there's nothing available. Yeah, I think Shane has a problem, and he needs to rectify it quickly, or else certain interested parties would be interested in Earth 2 and investigating it as a Ponzi.
Well, considering the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission is looking at this like, okay, this looks like a security. These look like securities to me, because they're not just selling NFTs; they're selling virtual property that they seem to want to guarantee a return on investment for, at least for some people. Yeah, just saying.
Anyway, there's so much to discuss right now with Earth 2, and it's like each day becomes a new stupid action out of Shane.
or the people
Now-
working for him, or random idiots, little stuff.
Mm. Anyway, let us shall we adjourn for the day?
I think that it might be possible to do, maybe, if you really feel like it.
So Command, the floor is yours.
Final thoughts.
I will give you the floor. Final thoughts.
Well, it's just another big issue with Earth 2. First, we had the inability to enable 2FA for loads of users. We had people being frozen, their accounts being frozen, hundreds of them being frozen without any valid reason. We had the cross-site scripting exploit where you could enter JavaScript and it would execute and lock your profile up. There has been so many issues with Earth 2, and Shane has tried to deny all fault. He's denied it all. He's got advertisements running saying that they've paid out 19 million without any sort of backup queue, but it's known that withdrawals were backed up for hundreds of people. It's really just a big mess that isn't getting any better.
Well, there's other fun things. There's other fun things too, like all of the other shit that's currently going on. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. They have a new update coming up. I mean, of course, all the things. And it's starting to look like they might be getting a little. It seems to me like they're trying to find other ways for quote people unquote to make money, so that to improve on their investment, so that they can fleece the flock for yet more cash. I mean, who wants 10 square meters in the middle of nowhere, Afghanistan? Anybody?
Well, who'd want any tiles to be exact?
Well, some people seem to think they're an investment opportunity. I think I think these people are being silly, but that's on them.
Wow.
Okay.
Anyway,
Command. Final thoughts.
Yeah, I've said all that needs to be said.
Anyway,
I'll zip it. I'm going to zip it myself and let you go, and we'll let Sanji run us out then. It'll be fun.
well, I'd like to thank you, Command, for joining us here today. And I do hope that if we do another Into the Metaverse episode, you would join us.
Possibly, maybe.
I have been Sanji Himura. I'd like to thank you all for watching this little live stream, even though it was a half hour late.
Whose fault was that, Sanji?
It was mine. It was me. It was me all along, Austin. Anyway, we will see you on the next time.